Hey everyone, FlyingDutchy here and welcome to another guide video for EU5. In this one I will talk about institutions. I will explain what they are, why you want to try to get them in your country and what bonuses they give. And let's just start off with the institution map mode. You can find it over here and I have it listed as my favorite map mode, so maybe try to find it. I'm not sure in which category it is. But in the institution map mode you can quickly see over the world who has embraced all the institutions that are available. Every age is having 3 institutions. When I click on this button or the research button, you can see that in the Age of Traditions there were 3 institutions: feudalism, legalism and meritocracy. The legalism and feudalism are already embraced, but meritocracy is not. Look, you can see this clock over here. And you can only embrace them when you have 20% of your locations to be exposed to meritocracy. And then you will get a pop-up here if you have enough money and stability to click the button, and then you can embrace it. And with every embraced institution, so we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this one, you're gonna get 5% per institution research speed. So that is also why you want to do this. There are so many good things, and when you embrace an institution, you get a full new research tree. For example, I just embraced the Renaissance, and that means that this research tree is now open. So that is what I want. I have the banking one embraced, so we can now do the banking researches in this one. I have the Better Armies one from Professional Armies. Now the Age of Discovery, that is the next age, which will start in 1437. You can see that here. The Age of Renaissance ends in January 1437. And then this age will start. And that means from the 1st of January 1437, you have a chance of getting these institutions. So why would you not try to get these institutions in your own country and spawn them over there? If you do not have an institution spawning in your country, then there are a couple of ways to try to get it. One, you want to trade with a market where the institution is. It doesn't matter if it's profitable or not, just trade goods with a market where an institution spawned, so that you get a little bit of spread in your market center. So in my case, I own the Antwerpen trade node. Antwerpen is my capital. So if I trade with a trade node where the institution is I want, then I get a small spread over here. You can see that when you go to your institution map mode, and then you hover over a location. You can see over here we have 5 institutions in my country, these 5, and there's nothing else to spread. Now you also saw that in H1 there is still this meritocracy, but meritocracy is spawning in a land we don't know. China-ish, I think. I think that's China, so we need to wait for that one to come all the way over China to here, and that takes a very long time. And then we can embrace this one as well, when it's spreading to our locations. So, I have 5 out of 6, this one will come from China. We cannot trade with China, so I cannot really get this in my capital. But what I can do, because it is now 1409, and in 1437 the new age starts, we can try to get the new institutions from this age. And on standard gameplay, you play with the dynamic institution role. You can also do it historical. When you do historical, then all these institutions will spawn where they historically started. But if you do dynamic, then you can get a chance of getting the institution to start in your country. And if an institution starts in your country, it will spread to your country the quickest, and then you can take a big tech lead. For example, let's take a look at these now. We have the Age of Discovery New World institution. Now, this is not very clear, but if you hover your mouse over the 1%, then you can see possible spawns in which locations. Now, we are not having a random city. You can do that, and then if you have a city, you will be in the pool. It doesn't matter what you do in the game. You have a city, then you will have a chance of getting the institution spread to you. If you do historical, then you know it will spawn in Sevilla. So if you're playing a Spain run and you want to have this institution first, maybe you want to play on historical, because then you know you're gonna get this institution to spawn in your country. And you will be the first one to embrace this institution, so you can start researching the good things of the new world. Now, what do we have? We have dynamic. And what are the things we need to get this spawning in our country? At least one of these. My capital, Antwerpen, is in Western Europe. Yes, it is. Because Western Europe is what is highlighting here. This is Western Europe. And we are also not in North Africa. So if you're playing as Byzantium, you cannot get this institution with dynamic rules. As an owner, there is a port. There is a greater or equal than 2,000 burghers. And the dominant culture is Low Franconian. Yes, that is my main culture. And I have all of these things in Antwerpen. You can see that I have 2,000 burghers. I have 10,000 burghers over here. So this location is now considered eligible. But what is the last thing we need to do for this institution? So New World, 1%. The last thing we need to do is to discover the Azores, Canary Islands or South Micronesia. And that are these things. This, and this, I think. So we need to discover these islands. We don't have to colonize them. And then we can get this institution. Now let's take a look at the next one. We have the printing press over here. What do we need for the printing press? We are playing dynamic, so not random city or historical. Historically it was in mines. If you're playing as mines, maybe you want to play historical so that you get this one. But we have dynamic. We need to produce more than 5 paper in a location. We need to have the Renaissance embraced. I don't have that one yet, but it's coming. And we need to have more than 1,000 burghers in the locations. We need a university in a location. And we need to have greater than 20 traditionalist versus innovative. Now this is a scale. And when this number is positive, that means you need to get more to the second word. If this is a negative number, then you need to go to the first word in this scale. So it's saying plus 20. So we need to have 20 or more innovative, but that is the second word. And how much do we have? We have 56.8. So if I build a university in my locations, and I make sure that I create 5 paper in those locations, then I will have a chance to spawn a printing press. And not just in one location, but in all the other locations where I can have. So if I build universities in 5 or 6 towns or cities, and I do the rest as well, then I have 5 tickets to get this going. Now what does the Pike and Shot want us to do? So we are looking for the dynamic rules. We need to get professional armies embraced. Well, we have that. We need to be in Europe. We are that. We need more than 20 army tradition. We have 77 because we are using that early game trick. Maybe it's gone when you are watching this video, but you can send people to the Crusades and you get free army tradition. We need to research the gunpowder technology. We need to get the professional armies technology. We have all these things. And then the location needs to have more than 0 monthly manpower. At the start of the game, there's only one location that gives this, and that is your capital. Because the capital at the start of the game is having the sergeantry. And that is the only possible location where you can get manpower. You will need to research armories, and I have those, to get more monthly manpower in a location. You can see that this armory in Antwerpen is giving another 10. If I go to the military tab here, you can see I create 15 manpower in this location. That is more than 0, so I have a chance of spawning this institution over here. But the same counts for Den Haag. No, we don't, we have 0. Amsterdam, 0. Did I build any... Maybe I did not build the armories in this save yet. No, I did not. So I need to build armories so that I have more locations in the pot trying to get this institution. because that is very powerful. Now what else do we need for the pike and shot? We need to have less than -20 land versus naval. This is a minus number, so we need less than -20 on the first name. That is the land one. So we need to have 20 land or more. How much do we have? We have 24 land, so we are on the good side of this scale. So if I just build a couple of armories in my locations, for example 6, including Antwerpen, and I keep the rest good, then I have 6 locations in the pool when it is time to have a chance of spawning this institution. And when that happens, it will spawn in my country, and then it spreads to my country quicker, and then I can embrace it quicker. Now I'm gonna load up a save where I am 1 month before this happens, and then I will show you something else, so one moment. So I loaded up another save that I made especially for this guide video, and this is 1 month before the next age starts. So on the 1st of January 1437, the next age starts, age number 3. And that means that when we look at these things, they are still the same. We still see the same things before it starts. Before this age starts, you see still these same things like this. So you can see this, the same things you need to get before, because you want to get these things. So it's still the same. You still need to get the Azores, Canary Islands, South Micronesia, etc. Now, what I did in this run is I have built up a lot of armories. And I think I have them almost everywhere. See, 8 plus 8. So we have a good chance of getting the pike and shot institution. Now when I go to the next age, we can see who are eligible and what. So let's go to the next age, and then we're gonna take a look at this screen again. Now when you go to the next age, you have to click on a option. Hegemonies are starting as well, I think. Researches are done. Let's click those away. Yeah. France is overpowered. We know that. Age of Discovery. We're going to the new age. You have to click on a bonus. You get some bonus advances later in the tree. Now I go for the Quest of the New World as the Netherlands because I want to do exploration. Colonial range 50%. Sounds great. I'm gonna go with the diplomatic focus. And now it changes what it shows you. If I go to the New World... Oh, one moment guys, the doorbell. That was a package. So when I now hover over the New World, you can see the possible locations it can appear in. And look who is first at the moment. Antwerpen is first, because we did all the things we need to do. And we have a 34% chance to spawn this over here. Why do we have this chance? So you can only see this chance when it starts. You cannot see this earlier, I think. It's about the total literacy of the pops, what rank the location is at this time. We have a city in Antwerpen, so we have ×3, and then divided by the total candidates. Sevilla is the second one, so Castile also discovered the Azores and did all the things they need to do to get this institution to spawn in their country. They have a 23% chance because they have a bit of lower literacy than us. We are more literate. That is why you want to build libraries and universities. You see Groningen, which is this town over here, is third for the New World. Because also Groningen is a port, is of the right culture, etc. The things you needed to do to prepare for this institution. And you can see that all these towns are almost in my country. Santander is in Castile, Dordrecht is here, and Murcia is... Murcia from Castile. So only Castile and me are ready to get this institution. So England did not discover or does not have any other prerequisites. And if you count these all up, they should be 100%. And if they are not count up as 100%, then the list will continue, but that is not visible for the eye. And we will see that over here, the pike and shot one, for example. So we have a small chance to get this in Antwerpen with 1.6%. The highest one to get pike and shot now is Cairo. 5%, because the literacy there is insane. They have almost 7,000 literacy of pops over there. So there is a very low chance I'm gonna get the pike and shot institution to spawn in my country. But there is something else I will show you soon. Why you don't need to have it spawn in your country, but then still try to get it. Because if you were eligible, it will spread to you anyway. And I will show that to you soon. Now the printing press is also a good chance in Antwerpen. So we did get all the things. We have the paper, we have the innovation. And now we are ready to get this institution to spawn in my country. With 12%. Leuven is 6%, Brussels is 5%, Luik is 4%. Venice is the best one. They have a little bit more pops there and more literacy. And now every month this chance will tick up. It's now 2%. Oh, it doesn't show. Oh, and here you can still see the things you needed to do if you hover over it. So yeah, we have a chance in Antwerpen because we have 5 paper produced in Antwerpen. We embrace the Renaissance. We have built a university there. And we have more innovation. We have 62 now. We need only 20 plus. So we have a chance of getting all these institutions. Now I will unpause the game. And then every month there is now a chance that it's going to spawn somewhere. Let's see if it's going to spawn soon. I'll just pause and wait until it's somewhere. And there we go. The first one that appeared was the Pike in shot in Fehérvár in Hungary. I don't even know if it was in the list. But for the Pike and shot, also the tiniest locations that there are, with maybe 1,000 pops, but are producing some manpower, also in the list, with a super small chance. But that was not in the list, because the list cannot go on forever in that UI. But they are there. So it spawned in Hungary. Well, that is a shame, we don't get it. And then you think like, how am I supposed to get the institution now? It spawned over here. I cannot trade with Hungary, so I'm not gonna get it, right? Nope, you will get it. Look what happens in our country. We have a 4.4% progress each month. And why do we have this? Because we could have spawned the institution. So because we prepared for the institution, we are gonna get this institution to spawn in our capital in 2 years. Because we have everything ready for it. So we don't have to spread this with trade, we get this automatically. Because we did everything we need to do to get it. And that also means that it will spread in Den Haag. You can see we get 3.17% there as well, because they are also ready. They were ready to get it spawned over there. And Amsterdam as well, and all the locations where I have built a armory. Den Bosch, Tiel not, because that is a rural location, we have 0%. But in Den Bosch I have built an armory, which makes the Pike and shot one to be ready. And you can see, now we can finally see the list. So you can only see this list after it's spawned. And these are all the locations where it could have spawned, guys. And all these locations will not get progress. And we are also in this list. We should find some of our locations over here that are ours. Here, Den Haag. There's Den Haag, Utrecht, Hoorn, Alkmaar, Amsterdam. So we are in the list. So that one is now coming. Let's wait what will happen with the other institutions. What is the chance now to get the New World? It's 6%. We have 33% chance to get it. I'm really hoping that we are gonna get it. Hey, and it happened. The New World institution spawned in Groningen. How historical. It's not. But we have it. And now I have it over here. It can now quickly spread to the locations surrounding it. And maybe also in Antwerpen. Yeah, in Antwerpen it will also start here, because Antwerpen was also eligible to spawn the institution in. So the spread of the New World will go quickly in my country as well, because I have everything ready for it. But the last thing that can spawn is the printing press. There's now a 7% chance that it will spawn. Venice is the highest chance, and then we. Don't look at the wars, doesn't matter. I'll just wait until this one spawns and I will be back. And there we go. The printing press spawned in Den Haag. So we were very lucky to get this one as well to spawn in our country. If it did not, don't you worry, we were ready to get it in, for example, Antwerpen, Bergen op Zoom, etc. All these locations were the ones now where it could have spawned. You can see this list only after it spawned. And that means that all these locations are also going to get that could have spawned bonus. So if I now look at my country, and don't worry about all the wars, if I go to Antwerpen, you can see that all the 3 new institutions are spreading because Antwerpen was ready to get all these 3. So there you go. In Groningen, we already have one available because it's now in the down list. That is the new world because it spawned over here. It will not get Pike and Shot because we did not build an armory there. But we do get the printing press because we also had 5 paper over here and the university, I think. Did I build 5 paper? No. Why do they get the could have spawned then? I don't know. What did we need to get the printing press again? Can we not see it anymore? No, maybe we cannot see it anymore. But apparently it could have spawned there as well, so I'm gonna get the institutions very quickly, which opens up all the new technologies in H3. Especially the New World one to get more colonial range and stuff. So that is what I do. And then when I'm going to the next age, the Age of Reformation, which will start in 1537, so exactly 100 years, then the Age of Reformation starts. And then I take a look again. I will go to the screen and research. And I look at confessionalism. How can I get confessionalism to spawn over 100 years? We need to be in Europe. We need a printer's shop with at least 1 level. That is a special second building. We need to have a town or a city. And we need to be Catholic. But maybe we need to be the dominant religion of your prime religion. So if you would be a different religion, then I think this would say something else right now. And we need to be less than -25 spiritualists. So we need to be 25 or more spiritualists. We are 50. So if I build a printer shop, then I think I'm ready to get this one already. Global trade, what do we need to get for global trade? We need to have embraced banking and new world. We need to be in Europe. We need to have a market center. And there need to be a city. And there need to be 500 goods traded. And then we are in the list. We have artillery. What do we need for artillery? Dynamic rules. We need to embrace professional armies. Well, we already have that one, of course. We need to be in Europe. We need to have a gunsmith. We need to have a tools guild. And we need to be -20 offense versus defense. So we need to be 20 or more offense. I'm 8.3, so I need to do something about this. Maybe with a cabinet member or changing some laws around. And then I will try to spawn these things in my country. And the earlier the better, because you get research bonus, new technologies, etc. So I hope it's a bit more clear what institutions are and how you can spawn them in your country. And yeah, good luck. It's something I'm really trying to do all the time. It's something you can aim for in your games. Make sure to like and subscribe and tell me if the guide helped you. And then I see you in another guide video. Bye bye.